This is completely insane, but Sony has just announced that they are buying Bungie for $3.6 billion. And additionally, what's more strange about this is it sounds like Sony doesn't want them to make exclusive games. Bungie is still going to be making stuff for the Xbox, PC, and maybe Nintendo Switch. But I want to try and just dig into all the juicy details of this very messy contract. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Now, before we even start to actually dissect this, please, if you could, like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's see if this video can get, 5,000, 7,000 likes. I don't know, something like that. But here we go. Sony is buying Bungie for $3.6 billion. The Destiny studio will remain multi-platform and able to self-publish and reach players wherever they choose to play. Basically, what's happening right here is very, very unique. Obviously, they're buying it for almost $4 billion. Quite a hefty chunk of money. But here we go. After the deal closes, Bungie will be an independent subsidiary of Sony Entertainment. Basically, what they're going to have is they're going to be run by a board of directors consisting of current CEO and chairman Pete Parsons and the rest of the studio's current management team. Sony has said that Bungie will remain a multi-platform studio with the option to self-publish. At present, the studio is working on maintaining Destiny 2, expanding the Destiny franchise, and working on a new IP. So basically, they're starting off another series, and Destiny is still continuing to grow and expand. Like, if you've ever actually looked up the player numbers for Destiny, it's kind of staggering. The fact that it went free to play just a couple years back was probably the best move, because now people are sort of gateway drugged into playing this big addictive shooter as I leave my phone on, because people are probably messaging me about this news right now. Going back to the article here, it says this: "We've had a strong partnership with Bungie since the inception of the Destiny franchise, and I couldn't be more thrilled to officially welcome the studio to the PlayStation family," says Sony Entertainment President, CEO Jim Ryan. Now, basically what's happening is this. It sounds like they're trying to just basically get them on board with maybe future projects. It feels like Sony is just trying to find ways to make profit no matter how it takes. Like, straight up, that's why they've been selling games on PC. Actually, God of War recently just set a bunch of sales records on Steam. It seems like Sony has realized that doing more of a wide scattershot is more profitable long run than just trying to make the most exclusives possible. At least that's what it seems like. This is an important step in our strategy to expand the reach of PlayStation to a much wider audience. We understand how vital Bungie's community is to the studio and look forward to supporting them as they remain independent and continue to grow. Like Bungie, our community is core to PlayStation's DNA, and our shared passion for the gamer and building the best place to play will now evolve even further. They've said that the studio is supporting everything they're doing to reach their goals. Both Bungie and Sony believe that the game worlds are only the beginning of what our IP will become. Our original universes have immense potential, and with Sony's support, will propel Bungie into becoming a global, multimedia entertainment company dedicated to delivering on our creative vision. This makes it sound like basically, possibly with Sony backing them up, with Sony involved, now they'll be able to do stuff like a Bungie TV show, some sort of thing where like there'll be a Destiny movie. Because keep in mind, Sony is more than just PlayStation. Sony is unique because they do have such huge chunks of other stuff, like their hardware division, making all the Sony DVD players and Sony Walkmans or stuff. I don't know, I don't buy into their crappy Sony phones, but Sony is somebody that's trying to be as scattershot as possible, and scooping up a very valuable company like Bungie that is full of some very, very creative individuals. This feels like it could change stuff up. This would be the second time that Bungie has been bought by a platform holder. Microsoft acquired the studio in June of 2000, securing its then shooter Halo to become an exclusive title for the original Xbox. Bungie regained its independence in October of 2007, and it produced 2 more exclusive Halo games, and now they just finished off a 10-year contract with Activision. It's kind of interesting to think that pretty much everything that's even touched Activision has now been split up, sold off, and pieced apart. I mean, it feels like right now what's happening is basically people are trying to set things up for the future, trying to figure out, all right, what is it that's going to be the most profitable long term? Because when you buy something like Bungie for $3.6 billion, you're not just getting the current games. You're not just getting great Destiny DLC, Destiny microtransactions. You're also getting a bunch of very, very smart developers, artists, programmers, bug testers, QA. And I feel like right now, the most interesting aspect of this is that I think that what's going on right now is that basically Sony is trying to set up for the most vibrant future possible. That's what Microsoft's been doing as well. Like straight up, whenever people talk about, oh, Microsoft is so cool and big because they're buying all these studios. I agree, but I feel like Xbox is trying to construct a platform that's constantly able to shift things around. Doom people can now work on Halo. Halo people can now work on all sorts of weird other projects like Fable or something like that. The idea of Bungie employees being able to work on something like Uncharted 5, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that gets me the most excited, is the idea that now the most talented and amazing people at the head of frickin' Bungie are now able to work on other aspects of Sony products. This is a very exciting future. This really kind of gets my brain cooking as to what could possibly be happening. What does this actually mean? I feel like this is some fallout that we're going to be seeing for quite a while in the future. But what do you think? Are you excited about this? Does this seem like a blasé, what the heck ever kind of news story? To me, this seems completely epic. I am still just completely in shock. Like, if I could just be brutally honest here for a second, this consolidation stuff is wild, but I feel like it might start to turn negative after a bit. I feel like once everything gets completely divided up, I'm curious how much the console wars are going to turn into a buyer's market. I guess we're going to find out. All right, I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for watching this video, for liking it, and subscribing if you haven't already. But please do me the biggest favor of all, and keep dreaming. Oh my God, I'm in absolute shock. I'm in absolute shock. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.